Okay, welcome back. This is question 3. So the debt service fund made a $110,000 lease payment. So we've got 110 lease payment. Of which 15,809 was interest. Funds used to make the lease payment came from a capital grant received by the Special Revenue Fund. There's one more thing we can do here because we have the lease payment, and then if we subtract the interest, that means that's the principal that is going to go against the lease. So we're going to start off in the Special Revenue Fund. We received cash from the grant, and it's revenues for 110. Now we have to transfer this cash to the debt service fund, and we're going to do that with our friend other financing uses. Interfund transfers out. And then what are we transferring? What are we transferring? We're transferring the cash. So that's the 110. So this transfer right here will then carry down to the debt service fund. Now that transfer that we did, we transferred the cash in here to the debt service fund. And then we have our other financing sources. Interfund transfers in. And that was for the 110. And again, we can see how the transfer goes. It goes out from special revenue and into the other financing sources in the debt service fund. So it comes out of special revenue, goes into debt service. And then we make the payments. We have expenditures, interest on, so expenditures, interest on lease. And then we're going to have expenditures principal on the lease. And we paid it with cash. So the interest was right there. They gave us that amount, right? And then the principal we calculated, the 94,191. And now hopefully when we combine those two, I just add them within the cell to make sure that it comes out to what I want it to be, which it does. It's $110,000. So they gave us the lease payment. Remember, that's the lease payment. They gave us the interest. So that means the rest of it is the principal. Now let's go down to governmental activities. And remember, we received the cash, and it's a program revenue. General government capital gain grants and contribution. And again, it's going to be the 110 because that's what we received. Now we have to record the expenses in governmental activities. So we have expenses, interest, on leases. We have the lease obligation payable. And again, what did we pay him with? Cash. So again, we know what the interest is, the 15,809. And then we have the principal of 94,191. And those two total the 110,000. Okay. Now my recommendation, I think I've said this before, but when you're going through on the quiz, the homework, or the exam, try to think of which account we're going to use, because I know that's the most confusing part about governmental accounting is the verbiage. We've never used other financing sources or expenditures or program revenues. Okay, so don't over intimidate yourself because of the verbiage. Okay, just take your time, go through, think about how it flows, and you should be okay. And that's it for 3. We'll see you in a little bit for 4.